right, good morning. Hello, boys and girls. Oh, I don't know what time of day it is where you're at, but it's morning where I'm at. Because I never know what time you're going to be watching these. Today, we are going to start a new letter and a new page in our book. And this page is going to be N. And N says, we take our tongue and we stick it at the top of our mouth and tickle your tongue to make the right sound. N says, and N, when you write it, N starts at the top of the ceiling, not the attic, the ceiling. You put your pencil or your glue stick or crayon at the top of the ceiling. You do a small line down, a small line up, a small curve, and then a small line back down to the red carpet. N says, All right, small line down, small line up, small curve. N says, N says, Then we take our N and we put it on our page. You can practice on the table. You could practice on a piece of paper. I just would like you to practice the hand movement because, as you know, the hand movement's more important to me than how it really looks. Take your finger and put it on the ceiling. Do a small line down, a small line up, a small curve, and a small line down. N says, Let's do that again. N says, N says, All right, very good. Now today, we are going to learn how to read a two-syllable word. This word right here is a two-syllable word, and it does start with N. All of these letters on this word are capital letters, and you can read and write in capital. But remember, normally when we write, we only write a capital for the beginnings of names and the beginnings of sentences. But this is all done in capital because it was an advertisement for something, and so they were trying to get the attention of the reader. So that's why it's all done in capitals. Now, the way that we read this word has two syllables, and today's the first time that we're going to practice working on a two-syllable word. And but both of these syllables are patterns that we're familiar with. So I would like you to look at this list. We have an N, capital N, A, P, K, I, N. Okay, and you might even be able to read this word because you know all these sounds, but I want you to think in your brain like maybe you don't know this word or maybe you can't read this word, so we're going to work through this together. The first thing you do to decode a two-syllable word that you've never seen before is you need to identify the vowels in the word. So let's look at our word. N, is that a vowel? No. A, yes, A is a vowel. So I'm going to color it yellow with my yellow marker just so that the A stands out as a vowel. Then let's look to the next vowel. P, is P a vowel? No. Is K a vowel? No. I is the next vowel. So now we have our vowels. We have N, A, P, K, I, N. Well, we know N is not a vowel either because neither is this N. So we have our A and our I. Those are our vowels. Now, in between the A and the I, we have a P and a K. P and K are not vowels. They are called consonants. Can you say that word for me? That's right, consonants. And a consonant is in between. There are two consonants in between those two vowels. And whenever we have this pattern, consonant or vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Whenever we see that pattern in a word, we can think in our brain and know that we need to separate this word in between the two consonants. That's how that pattern works. So we will have this syllable, N-A-P, which is called a closed syllable, and we'll talk about that later in our lessons. And then we have this syllable, K-I-N, which is also a closed syllable. And the reason why they are closed is because they end with a consonant. That helps us with our decoding. So now we can read this word. I want you to put your hand on the table, the hand you don't write with, and tap with your pinky. N, A, P. And then we're just going to read this part of the syllable first, kind of like this is folded. And we're only reading one syllable at a time. N, A, P. Nap. Let's try that again. N, A, P. Nap. Very good. Now let's read the other syllable. I'm going to turn it over, and let's start with the K. K, I, N. Kin. K, I, N. Kin. So now let's open the word up and let's read both syllables. Napkin. Napkin. That's right. Napkin is the word, and we're going to put this here on our paper, and we're going to glue that down with our glue stick. We're going to glue that down with our glue stick. And I have some napkins here. I have a napkin. And we're just going to cut some pieces off of our napkin so that we can put some napkin on our page. Big line down, small line down. Okay, and then a small curve and a small line down. And we will have our N for napkin. Let's see. We have our N for napkin. All right. And if you were touching this napkin right now, you could feel how it feels. N says for napkin. All right, N says for napkin. And that is our N lesson for now. And I hope that you can practice saying N says tickle your tongue at the top of your mouth. N says All right, very good. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the video now, and we'll do some more tomorrow.